No madness, though the sad power may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart. They rise to fail. She's eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn, when no flags flew and no army stood, my land was born. And you wonder why I love her, through wars, death, and despair. She is the constant, we who don't care. And you wonder, will I leave her? But how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. How can I leave her? Where would I start? Let man's petty nations tear themselves apart. My land's only borders lie around my heart.
I think as youth, our role is to really tap into what's going on. Sometimes it can be pretty cliche or, oh, that doesn't affect me firsthand, but tap into who you are. Spread the awareness in different ways. Activism doesn't just look how you marching and speeching. Activism look like you sending messages to people, even if it's through music, even if it's through drawing. Any way you do it is amazing. Ask questions. Send your mom. Even when you're 15 and you can't vote, send your parents to go vote. Push your teachers in class to go vote. Push your friends, grandmothers to go vote. Spread awareness, because little do we know, we're the most powerful thing on this earth, and we need to tap into who we are.
I'm going to read a piece that I wrote about growing up African American. Growing up half white, I don't remember having the conversation. The one about having brown skin makes you a target to the ones who swore to protect you, which is why we now call them pigs. I remember getting weird looks at my school or the doctor when me and my brother would walk in with my white mom. People asking if we were adopted or if we were her real kids. I grew up a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, I was raised pretty white. When I saw a dark person, I didn't know how to act right. Not saying I was racist, but from what people would see and what I would hear, all the people near were someone to fear, until I talked to them and saw the real side, and it didn't matter their shape, color, or size. These guys were real fucking nice. Just because they sag their pants and keep a mug on their face doesn't mean there isn't so much more in their headspace. If you learn the black history and all the facts, understood black people and not made assumptions of their acts, maybe you see that when we act out about a black person shot in the back over a theft case or someone being scared, it isn't because we want attention. It isn't because the Fordham News we never got. It's because we want to be equal, and the colored people have been fighting and dying for it way before we even seen it. I can't even say it myself. I've been shot, physically hurt because of my own race, but getting arrested in my own place for getting my mama's ashes showed me after she died gave me a few flashbacks. Like the time they said I threatened that white girl who I asked if she was going to turn her back on me, and that time the police went to the neighbor's house but ended up arresting the black man who lived across the hall because she was scared. And that time the police came to the black man's house who had bruises and scars because his girlfriend wouldn't leave him alone and wouldn't leave the house. He got arrested. I remember never getting able to tell my side of the story to the police or to the teachers because the rich kids or the white kids would overcome mine. Their words would always overcome mine. I would be violent for trying to explain because we weren't meant to be hurt. We are violent when we are hurt. I remember being told as a kid to call the police or ask your neighbors for help, but when I do so, I'd get arrested or be looked at as a threat. I remember walking in the city I was raised in a car full of kids calling me a nigger. I remember my boss making hood jokes about me and my brother when we were really raised in the suburbs. I remember not being able to say anything about the movement at work, wearing my mask or anything because it was violent, but the supremacy of the other races was okay. I know there's two sides to every story, but we're never able to tell ours.
You can count your karma if nirvana's your goal. You can shake and rattle. You can rock and roll. You can be a Clark Kent or a Lois or an Alice down a hole. But it really doesn't matter if you ain't got soul.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the queen of the island and the saint of Christopher Street, Miss Marsha P. Johnson.
I'd like to thank Jimmy for saying all these wonderful things about me, who's made me a star for the last 14 years in New York City. What's the point of complaining if you don't get nowhere? I may be crazy, but I ain't wrong. Nobody's promised you tomorrow. If you're being bothered, belittled, or betrayed, stick with the ones you love most, and pay those others no mind. Remember, if you ain't got no soul, you ain't gonna get nowhere. I chose to do my piece on Marsha P. Johnson. Marsha P. Johnson was an LGBTQ+ activist. Some believe that she threw the first brick at Stonewall, which was a gay rights riot. In current events, on the news, and all throughout the world, we've seen people protesting. Some call them riots, and some disagree with what is going on. But I'd like to say that Stonewall was a riot. The first Pride was a riot. Another thing I noticed happening throughout this horrible time in our life is people don't believe that all Black Lives Matter, which means straight Black Lives Matter, non-binary Black Lives Matter, gay, lesbian, bi, trans, they all matter. Every single Black life matters. If Marsha P. Johnson was alive today, she'd be right in front of those protests, shouting, "No justice, no peace," fighting for her brothers and sisters. She's an example of what we should all be: kind, forgiving, empathetic, and confident.
I am from Ethiopia. I am from soccer. I am from Christmas. I am from racism and injustice. I am from war and abuse. I am from depression. I am from rap music. I am from Shiro and Mr. Watt. I am from black and white. I am from adoption. I am from a mom with brown eyes and a mom with blue eyes. I am from diversity. I am from loyalty. I am from purple that comes my identity.
When I hear Black Lives Matter, I think of Crispus Attucks. The US might still be colonized if he didn't die for it, and yet his peoples are still. Attucks had no choice but to participate in the revolution, and I don't have one either. To understand why, you need three things. The first is eyes. Not to see the world as I do, but to see me in front of you. The second is a mind, to match two twos together. And the third is a heart, which may prove elusive. Take your eyes and train them on me. Examine me. Notice the unrefined ebony that makes up my trunk, the unprocessed honey that's found itself in my eyes, and the midnight wool atop my head. Who do I look like to you? Is it more like Emmett, held down by that cotton gin? Or Trayvon, just trying to get home? Maybe like Philando, exercising rights you don't think I deserve. Or Brianna, just trying to rest. Next, exercise your mind. When another human is taken from this earth, do you interrupt the funeral because everyone dies? When a child goes missing, do you inhibit the investigation because all children deserve to live? Remember, this is an exercise. Spot the spade. If you can't bring yourself to say Black Lives Matter, you're complicit. And finally, remember you have a heart, just like mine. It pumps blood to your extremities and oxygenates your organs, just like mine. The difference is I use mine to empathize as well. And mine won't let me sit still while injustice is perpetrated. If you don't understand by now, you're choosing not to.
Hi, my name is Clementine. I'm 11 years old. I love animals and I love to draw and play my ukulele. Some other artistic talents I have is I also love to play drums and I know a little bit of guitar. I used to play. And fun fact about me, I want to be an animal educator when I grow up. The way that I relate to the Black Lives Matter project is that I just feel really sad for all the people who are losing their lives, losing their families, losing their friends, and it just really breaks my heart. I participate in the Black Lives Matter project by doing this project, The Idea is Outspoken. I also go to protests and anything else that I can do. I created a drawing called Miss Denise, and she's a character that I named Denise. She loves to sing, organize protests, go to protests, and inspire people. To me, she represents inspiration, hope, equality, and everything good. She is also 31, which means that she is a bridge between the young and the old. Miss Denise is fearless and is never afraid of anything. All she knows is that everything is going to get better as long as there's enough people to make it better. And she knows that eventually people will find it in their heart to have a heart and go to protests and help. It was a little bit scary. It was also very inspiring and made me have a little bit of hope. And it was enjoyable, but also sad, but also scary. It was a very mixed emotion. I would say I was highly inspired by Lizzo and all the other Black artists who are standing for this cause. And my sister has also inspired me a lot, along with my mom and Alicia Young, my drama teacher. Well, I want to share a quote. This is one of my favorite quotes from my dad. He says, "No one can do everything, but everyone can do everything they can."